What's up, guys? Today's gonna be a War Machine one because I gotta get it out of my head. Captain Rahara, defense is crazy high now, and I'm wondering with the lethality update, does that high defense actually matter? Her gang fighter's changing, and all this stuff. Her feat gives everybody in her control range another attack, and it's melee or range, which is pretty cool. Of her spells, the important one is Carnage, really, and then Curse of Shadows. So Carnage will give +2 mat, which is pretty important. She's one of the few casters who kept it. Then Curse of Shadows is that -2 armor, and then Hunter's Mark increases threat range. Rough Seas, of course, super important too, with that high defense. 2 arc nodes. Scavenger becomes very interesting with Carnage and Finisher because it's very fast. The mat drops down to 6 with the update, but then Carnage pushes it up 2, and then Finisher gives them 3 more, and then you'll see like we have ways of increasing that power and reducing armor. So he gets pretty interesting for 6 points. Now Thyra Wraithblade, very important too, with that special order with Tactician. Just very cool utility. Nasilla and Aberration coming clutch here with Revive, Sucker, lots of great things. Misery Cages, these are 2 of the things I'm not sure on that I want to test. They essentially are just 1 point to get a focus later. Blood Priestess, this is actually, the main point of this isn't the Arcane Assist. It's for Temptations of Fate, which gives Rahara Sucker. So again, it's more protection to not get assassinated, which Rahara is prone to do, especially I'm more aggressive. Sorry, dog is going crazy apparently. The Sanctifiers Raider Captains, they just give a bubble of can't be knocked down, and then they're also like they bang when they get up in close combat. Severa Blacktide, this one, so not sure of her. I want to test her, especially once her rat goes down. But my thinking here is she can get some shots in to kind of make sure the Scavenger gets Finisher activated. And now Blood Witches, these guys kept a gang. So I don't know if that's an oversight or if they're going to actually keep gang. But with gang and Carnage and Ambush and Dark Shroud, they get pretty crazy. They all also have pretty high defense, hopefully these days with 13. So I don't know. I want to see if they're good. I think they might be. Definitely want to test this out. Very excited to test this list out. There's Raiders. The Blood Hag, again, gives that -2 armor. Then Statistics Gunslingers. So this one plus that last Gunslinger lady, I'm testing these versus playing the Ogryn Smog Belchers. Smog Belchers are also ranged, but when they shoot, they drop a cloud, which Rahara can hide behind is my thinking. I don't really know. I don't think the Gunslingers are really going to do much, but I wanted to test it all out. And then the Sea Witches are really cool, UA, because they give blast resistance. And then the last thing, the Dirge Seers, they empower, but they also give guidance. And this guidance gives eyeless sight to friendly models. With Aberration, it doesn't really matter because he already has eyeless sight. But if I swap them out for like Magnus or Invictus, I can give them eyeless sight, which is a pretty big deal. I'm going to ramble about the new War Machine patch because I thought it was going to be an easy decision for me. I've been bouncing around. I've got all these armies. I've decided I'm definitely going to play Legacy. Just because I think we're probably getting close to Legacy going bye-bye. Just a gut feeling that I have. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to play them. I have my men off, fully painted to a very high standard. I bought it. It was already painted, so I had spent like 2 years going back and revisiting everything. So my men off is painted to a very high standard, all ready to go. So I could easily do that and paint something else. Crucible Guard got nerfed pretty hard. I don't know if it's going to matter competitively. They might still be kind of like where they were before. A lot of the stuff I was excited to play got nerfed. So I'm going to still finish painting them because I like how they look and I like painting them. They're fun to paint. But I'm not as excited about Crucible Guard as I was going in. I think it's also cool that they released that patch before people started paying for them. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I'm very excited about 5th Division too. Also very fun to paint. Also, well, there's like a smoke or something. That's weird. Also very fun to paint. Mine is mostly painted. The only thing, I have some optional stuff. Like I have some extreme versions of the Warjacks. I have a painted Ruin, but I have a Ruin and New in box I could paint. And I have a Beast on 9 I could paint. And then everything else is already painted. And I'll put the actual list up on the screen so you can see it. But here's one thing for Thyra. Caster's right here, right? We'll start with the Jacks. Her character Jack, Blood of Martyrs, is a beast. when it gets in combat, it's going to kill something. Sanctifier is also a beast, and it can get souls. So obviously there's 14 infantry here. There's another 10 here. That's 24. You have the choir in the back. There's a lot of bodies for it to get souls from. These are 14 shield guards in 2 separate units. Nastilla obviously has revive, aberration, doing aberration things. So we have, this guy's going to be hanging out here. He's going to make one of those units tough, and then he's going to make it so everything behind it can run through them with Tactician. These guys get super high defense, super annoying on objectives. Nicaea is also a beast in close combat. Really what I'm not sure about are these and the horse girls. I want to get them on the table and try them out. They used to kind of be extremely underwhelming, but I want to see how they play. I could swap these out for more shield guards, and I'll talk about that when I show you my almond list. So choir, powering, Nastilla reviving, doing Nastilla things. She also has succor, right? So she's not going to get killed with all this infantry, the disposable infantry that we have. I can go wide, like these guys can go wide. These guys can go wide. These guys have ambush, so I can put them where I want them, but I think maybe ambushing them is a mistake. Lots of shield guard bodies. Thyra's going to make an assassination run. Blood of Martyrs is going to make an assassination run. I don't know. I'm pretty interested at getting this on the table, and it looks beautiful. Obviously I got to paint them, and I have another vassal I got to paint. But boom. So this is the list one that I want to try. I'm pulling out the crick stuff, but like I said, the crick stuff is in pretty rough shape. But all right, so here's the almond list, right? And also I'm gonna have to convert the UAs. So there's 4 more bodies here. That's 28 shield guards that are 15 defense on the charge. And honestly, I don't think they're gonna get blown up. You know, I definitely gotta play the blast resistance card. Fierce can give 1 unit tough. You know, so shooting or stuff into AoEs would be pretty brutal against this. So there is that aspect. But otherwise, I've got 28 shield guard bodies that are just going to sit in the front. I've got a ton of jacks. Like, I would say these are probably the only jacks worth even playing. Not going to play dervishes. All right, he gets synergy for free now because he's got resourceful. When he feats, he's going to give every jack 3 focus. I've got vassal, 2 choirs back there. Again, Sanctifiers are going to get juiced up off the shield guards dying. Ooh, I don't know. Like, is this good? I think I definitely got to try it, you know. Nicaea is going to pop out and mess somebody's day up. And Dictors are just going to be big, beefy dudes that are going to be hard to remove that can also kind of smack. Blood of Martyrs, again, still a beast, even without Thyra. 2 Sanctifiers, also beasts. It's like, can you remove 28 bodies before I Tactician with Fierce and I charge these guys through those bodies at you? Because if I go all the way up the board and I'm sitting there, like, if the jacks come in with synergy and maxed focus, is that good enough against Mark IV factions? I don't know. Like, that's the question I got to ask. But in my mind, this looks pretty good. And really, like, list building's not, like, the only, like, there's room to play here, but most of the Temple Guardian still sucks, you know? So, like, these guys, I don't know. I'm still not sure about the horse girls and those guys. Cleansers are terrible. I don't own them. I'm not going to buy them. I pulled out my Mark Force or my 5th division stuff. I've got a little bit of more infantry coming from eBay that I finally pulled the trigger on just to finish it out. But like I said, most of this is painted and ready to go. All of this is painted except for Nastilla, and I'm going to have to convert. But like, to me, this is kind of scary. Like, and I'm thinking of when I tried to play Bradigus in Circle, and I just had a bunch of Wold Guardians, and it was everything on those guys and really nothing else in the list. Like, having the 28 shield guard bodies in front of it makes this seem doable now. And also having resourceful, so synergies free. I don't know. I'm definitely going to try it on the table because I think it'd be really fun to play. So statistics and Thyra are what I'm most excited about. Rahara and Thyra really are what I'm most excited about. Also in 5th division, like, I'm pretty much in my head. I'm like, I'm definitely going to play 5th division, but I want to try out these other, like, 3 crazy lists. I think that one will be a fun one to do, like, once or twice, but I don't, it's just a silly list. It skews both ways, like mass infantry and warjacks. But I don't think that's going to be it. The Thyra one though, and the Rahara ones, I really want to get on the table and actually like see, does that high defense for Rahara matter? Does the game Carnage matter? How important is keeping Carnage? Can, like, Thyra is still kind of like, she's been winning like within the last like 30 days. She's actually been winning, and Final Interdiction has been winning. So I don't know if that's like a lot of people who normally win to start playing right now, and then like new people are coming in and they're trying. So I don't know. I don't even want to try to like think through that, but it's just interesting. I want to try those on the tabletop before I like switch into 5th division, which is, I think 5th division is probably going to be in the best spot of what I have. It seems the most like a real list that's not like silly or a gimmick or relying like too much on one thing. I think probably 5th division or Rahara, but I gotta try that Thyra assassination list just because. But I don't know, like looking at it on paper, 5th division seems the most, like I said, it seems the most like a real list. So we'll see. Thanks for watching and listening to me ramble about War Machine.